When will crypto go back up? It's the question we all have. That is all I'm going to answer today, guys. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. Are we dead or are we alive? When are we going to go back up? When? Seriously, guys, welcome to the show. Hey, it's Sunday, so I got a big show planned for you guys, but it's going to be kind of off the cuff today. I've been experimenting with this, kind of just getting my live thoughts out there for you guys. So let me know in the comments and smooch the like button for me if you like this style of video where I don't really go live because I'm really bad at going live, but I just want to get my thoughts out there on the market right now because a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are wondering, you know, when is crypto going to go back up? So I just want to do a kind of informal video to show you how I'm thinking about this and how you can maybe start to think about it too. So let's get on with the show, guys. I'm super pumped. And the first thing I want to do is, again, please smooch the like button if you haven't already. It really helps. And that's how we've gotten to 114,000 subscribers. But I have to do a big update because today is the day we are dropping a brand new collection to our holders of 2+2 Genesis. So there is a link to this below the video and also in my Twitter bio. This is the last moment, like this afternoon, if you own one of these NFTs, you are going to be able to go to the page and mint a brand new NFT. So this is our second collection that is coming. And once you have both a Genesis and a Gen 2, which is coming today, then you are going to be in position for what we are dropping later. I'm not going to give an exact date, but what we are dropping that is going to actually have the utility for this project. So it is going to be absolutely fantastic. I know a lot of people are going to get their free NFTs today and be really pumped, but then they're going to be even more pumped in a little bit here when they realize what happens when you own both of those, right? Because there is something coming that is really going to blow your mind. So I don't want to give away too much. How much detail can I give away? I don't know. All I know is that this is a big day. This is the day for this drop. So again, if you're watching this right now, this is your chance to, you know, jump in here while the floor price is still where it is, because I guarantee you it's not going to stay there for long. Okay, so enough talking about that. I want to get talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum and altcoins and just everything that's going on with this market, because it's honestly depressing. Like we should be going up right now. You guys know that I showed you this chart and this chart from 2017 a million times on this channel, right? It was following 2017 perfectly. This cycle was basically just doing a 2017 mirror, right? It was like, oh, 2017 we went up on this exact day, so in 2021 we're gonna go up on this exact day. So from that, I told you guys that the 25th, right here, the 25th of November was the date to watch, and then we would start going up, right? And that is pretty much exactly what should be and would be happening right now. However, there is this thing called the variant. I don't know what this is. I can't even really talk about it, guys, because it frustrates me so much. If you're one of those people that gets just so frustrated with all of this COVID nonsense, I mean, like, if I pull this up right here, like, literally, guys, I don't want to talk about it too much, but I mean, the freaking South African person literally came out and said that this is mild. There aren't huge symptoms, and I'm probably going to get my channel, like, taken down for even talking about this, so I'm not going to talk about it. But just go read this Twitter thread, and if you read this and you think to yourself, people are panicking over this? Oh my gosh, can we be done with this by now? Like, can we stop with this ridiculous fear over this stupid thing? This doesn't make any sense to me. I cannot understand why people are so dumb. So this morning, I mean, yesterday I tweeted this. I said, honestly, this should mark the bottom, right? The reason that we dumped, the reason that we went down, right, over like this crazy, oh my God, we're all gonna die. This candle right here, all this panic is due to something that is not a big deal. I mean, I don't know what to say. There's no other way to, like, sugarcoat it. I hate when people are, like, sugarcoating everything. It should mark the bottom. If you read this tweet that I just showed you, like, go to my Twitter, the only way that we don't go back up next week is if the market completely ignores basic human logic. Basic human logic, which means there's usually a good buying opportunity, guys. And so I talk a lot more about this on Twitter. I don't want to talk about it too much here on YouTube because they'll probably, like, ban me or something. But basically, I think everyone in the market is kind of is in this dilemma right now. Like, look at this. Like, this is where we're at, right? Last time that COVID happened, like, this is not going to be like March 2020. I will just tell you that right now. But they basically know two things, right? That if you sell, you might, you know, save some money because COVID usually dumps the price, right? Well, COVID did dump the price a little bit here. However, what happened after that, right? We had the biggest pump of all time. Like, every single thing, stocks, Bitcoin, Ethereum, every single thing that you could ever buy, housing, pumped from March 2020 up until this day, right? It's just gone literally vertical. Like, I could show you any chart. I mean, I don't know. Should I just zoom out on the Bitcoin chart? Like, you guys know, like, if you just zoom out on this, right? I know it's like, it's messy right now, but if you just zoom out, this was just straight up after March. Literally just straight up, like, I mean, to the right. So that's the dilemma everyone is in right now. What should I do, right? And so I want to just kind of think through this. Like, when are we going to go back up? Because clearly there are a few things that are true. Okay, so let me just start to draw. I can get my thoughts out a little bit better when I draw. And smooch the like button if you like when I kind of just draw, get my thoughts out on the table for you guys. And I know a lot of you guys watch this back in like 1.5x speed, so it'll save you guys some time. So, because it's hard for me to draw with this mouse. Okay, so here we go. So the first thing that we know is that there is some FUD. Okay, we have to call this FUD, because it is not actually anything that matters, right? Is this variant going to affect our lives? Is anyone going to die from this? I mean, I shouldn't get political, but come on, guys. Is this something that we should be worried about logically? Like, as a society, should we be locking everything down? Should everything be going, ah? No. Absolutely no. 100% no. So what does that mean? That this is FUD. Okay, this is absolute FUD. This is fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market. We have that. That is number one. Okay. What do we know now? We know number two. We have confirmed. Usually when there's FUD, okay, what it does is it takes a few days for it to confirm, right? Like I remember back in March, right, when COVID came out, right? Everyone, that wasn't, I mean, that actually locked the whole world down. I guess it's a bad example. I'm trying to think of something else. Maybe like Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk tweeting that Bitcoin has bad energy. It's really bad. Like, it's bad for the environment, you know? And so it took a few days for even like smart people to go do the research, figure out that yes, Bitcoin, you know, is taking some energy, but here's the way to fix it. Okay, so you know, this is gonna pass, right? So it takes a few days for the smart people to understand that it's FUD, right? And so the same thing just happened, right? So this news came out, Africa variant, everyone's gonna die, right? And then it took a few days, right? If you go to this tweet, again, I would encourage you to go read this, because it's like, after you read this, it's kind of like, what are we talking about here? If you read this, okay, then it took a few days for people to realize, okay, this is total BS. This is literally just designed by some either rich people or by the governments to get their agenda across. That's all that this is, right? And so the smart people have confirmed, I'm just gonna put green around here, right? Green means that this is fake. This is FUD. FUD means fear, uncertainty, and doubt over events that there shouldn't be fear, uncertainty, and doubt over. So the green means that the people like you and me, can you guys see this? I don't know how big it is. People like you and me who are actually smart, who are not like the sheep of the world, who are not the people that just listen to the media and say, oh, we're gonna die, right? We already know that this is FUD. So that means we're ahead. We're ahead of the game, right? Because we know that this is obviously over the course of some period of time. We don't know how long, because people are idiots. Like I'm smarter than a vast majority of people. I'm sure you're watching this. You're smarter than most people that you know, right? So it takes a little while for the idiots to realize that obviously this is fake. This is not going to actually affect our lives, right? So there is a time period. This is what I want to draw. This is why I like going like kind of semi-live here, because it gets my thoughts out on paper. So there is some time here between when smart people and dumb people. We're just gonna put a clock. We're gonna put a clock here. I don't know if I can draw a clock. This is really, yes, I can draw a clock. Ooh, ooh. Gosh, that's a terrible clock. Are you guys staying with me? Okay, there's some time here between when the smart people figure it out and when the rest of the world figures it out. Okay, so I'm gonna put it's okay right here. It's okay. Okay, so once everyone else figures out, oh, it's okay, it's gonna be all right, don't worry, everyone. Okay, there's some time there, right? And so we're trying to figure out what is the time period between the FUD, everyone knows it's fake, everyone knows this is just designed to mess stuff up, and it's okay, right? And then after that, obviously once it's okay is done, then we go here, and then everything goes back up, right? That is the process that we are currently in. I know it sounds dumb, because we know for a fact that this shouldn't have a long-term effect on anything. However, we don't know how long. This is the unknown right here. We don't know how long it's going to take for the idiots to realize that the governments and the billionaires and everyone else is just manipulating them. Okay, so let's try to think this through a little bit, okay? So what's gonna happen? What's the timeline of events here? So Bitcoin right now is hanging out around $54,000. I'm just gonna use the Bitcoin price for the price of everything, okay, for the rest of this video, because all your altcoins, every single thing in this portfolio, guys, if you wanna know what I've been investing in on this channel, here it is, every single thing in order of how much I hold of each. So as you can see, biggest holding is Ethereum right now, just because I'm just chilling in some safe stuff, but honestly, right behind that is D-Race and Altura. Those have always been my biggest holdings. Like these three are neck and neck. Phantom, Polka Bridge, KuCoin, UFO Gaming, Vulcan Forge, PYR, Mover. God, this is too small. Can you even see this? Polkadot, Joe, Polka Starter, Polka Markets, Atari, Polka City, Kylan, PDEX, Remark, Ocean Protocol, Cosmos, Aleph, Didix, 1inch, Curve, Vet, Render, Shill, CryptoCoin, Wilder World, VPP, Numbers, Solana, Credo. There you go. There's the whole portfolio. Everyone's like, hey, Kale, what coins do you own? How much of each do you own? I'm not going to tell you how much of each I own, but I just showed you in order of my biggest holdings, which coins I own from top to bottom. So if you need to go back and slow the video down and watch that, you're welcome. Thank you for watching on the Sunday. I always give out gems. Sometimes it's at the 10-minute mark. Sometimes it's at the 20-minute mark. There's the whole portfolio if you want to know what I'm holding. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to go through the price of 40,000 coins, right? I don't even hold Bitcoin. You guys see that I don't hold Bitcoin. Holding Bitcoin over Ethereum right now is dumb as hell. So if you are holding Bitcoin, just convert it to Ethereum. You're welcome. Thank you. I just made you an extra 200% over the course of this cycle. You're welcome. Okay. Convert it to any of these other coins and you'll make way more. Way more. Okay. So I'll get off my soapbox there because that's not what we're talking about. But we're talking about Bitcoin as the overall market with the price of this kind of controlling things. Honestly, Ethereum is probably going to control the market even more. It looks way better than Bitcoin. The Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is the chart right now. Once Ethereum to Bitcoin, look, it's still going up. It's still going up. This is the most beautiful chart in the history of markets. We still haven't even got a different signal here. We have a strong signal there. We have a buy signal there. So everything looks great on that chart, but I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, so we're gonna use the Bitcoin price to kind of gauge markets. Now, what do I think is gonna happen and how long until we go back up with everything? Okay. The only way to think about this is to be like, okay, what are the next events, and try to think through in your head how are people going to react? This is not a what is this? This is not a math equation. This is not anything like that. This is a psychological equation. You know that certain events are going to happen, right? So if I go back to draw, I'm trying to explain this, guys, to you because I think about this all the time. You know, in between, okay, so if let's make this bigger, right? This is what we're trying to figure out right here. Okay, so let's just blow this up. So we're blowing this up. You see, it's the same thing right here. This is the timeline. This is the clock. Okay, you guys get it? You guys get it? Okay, so in this time zone here, where there is time between, we know this is fake and everyone else figuring out that it's okay, right? There are events that we know are happening, okay? So there's an event here, there's an event here, there's an event here, there's an event here, there's an event here. And what we can try to do is we can try to predict people's behaviors once these events that we actually know are coming up, okay? So the first event that is happening on our little timeline here is the market opening, okay? So the market will open in like 6, 7, 8 hours here in the US, okay? So the market opening is going to give an idea of how are the big dogs thinking about this, okay? What are they thinking as far as this variant? Is it actually going to affect the markets? Are we gonna go up or down? So we basically have a yes or no in 6 hours, right? If we go up or down, up or down. This is gonna be pretty big, guys. This is gonna be probably the biggest piece of information that we really need here. Because if the markets, you know, really tank in 6 hours, the futures markets, then Bitcoin's gonna take a dump here. So let's just play that out in our heads, okay? So I think if the markets open up really red in 6, 7, 8 hours here, everyone's still panicking over this Omicron thing. We're gonna die! It's just so funny at some point. Then I think that Bitcoin is going to go down here and probably test like the 51. It's not going to come down much further. Like it's going to maybe come down here and test 50, 51. That's it. I think that's probably as low as we would get. You see how small that line looks? I know it looks ridiculous, but we'll come down here and maybe test that if the markets open up really, really red. Now, let's just play that whole train of thought out, right? Because that's one scenario, right? So the markets open up really, really red. We'll say we'll say that yes, that's what happens. What's going to happen next? So the next event is how is the government and the Fed going to respond? Okay, so I'm going to write Fed response here. Fed response. Okay, so we have to figure out kind of what their motivation is right now. What is the motivation of the Fed, of the United States, of the big dogs who are actually controlling this news, the billionaires, right? What are they trying to accomplish here? Well, the things that stick out in my head right now are inflation, right? Inflation. You guys know that inflation is like at like 6% right now, and people are starting to get scared, right? And so one of the things that happens one of the things that happens in history, if you go back and look through history, and I know I'm probably going to sound like a total conspiracy theorist right now, so if you don't like this type of stuff, go watch another video because it's about to get gnarly right now. So if you do like this stuff, smooch the like button for me because this is not your traditional Bitcoin channel where we're going to talk about the moving averages. And no, we're going to try to talk about how are people thinking so that we can actually make money in this market. That's kind of the point, okay? And so inflation at 6% is scary because if you look back throughout history, right, whenever inflation rears its ugly head, right, when people actually start to notice inflation, let's say eggs, gasoline, bread, when people start to not be able to buy the things that sustain their life, they get angry. And this affects inflation. The crazy part about inflation and the reason that the politicians get a little scared about it, okay, is that this affects 99% of people. 99% of people are really, really affected by this, right? Because they are the normal people. These are the people that have to go buy bread and all this stuff, right? They don't care. They're not rich. Okay, so this affects the 99%. And the 1% actually benefit from this. The 1%, obviously, like, you know, if you've been watching this channel or people like me, people, you know, we're benefiting from this, right? Bitcoin's up a billion% since last year, right? The stocks are up. Everything is up based on inflation because the rich get richer with inflation. Everyone knows this, right? Okay, so here's the problem, okay? If the 1% benefit too much, they benefit too much from this, then 99% will revolt and kill them. Okay, this has happened in history a million times. If you just go look back, whatever happens when inflation rears its ugly head, it gets really bad. Guess what happens? The 1% get killed, literally murdered by the 99%. I'm not saying that's going to happen in the US anytime soon. This is not one of those videos. But what I'm saying is that they do not want to even get started with this train of thought, right? Oh, you're going to keep printing money? Oh, well, we're going to riot in the streets. Like that would be the next step. Right? And so the government does not want that. They don't want people to actually, they don't even want people to think about inflation. They don't even want it to be in the headlines. They don't even want people to be talking about it, right? Because that way they maintain control. They can keep printing. No one's saying anything. They can keep stealing from these 99% of people. They can just steal from these people. Yee, I'm going to steal from you. And no one even knows. So they have to keep it kind of under wraps. But 6%, guys, is not under wraps. Like, this is obvious. Normal people are starting to talk about this. So I think that's the reason for all of this. I'm going to be very honest. I think that is the reason for this FUD in the first place. They are doing this Omicron variant thing to distract people from the actual important thing. Hey, we printed $19 trillion. Look over here. Look over here. There's this scary virus. Don't look over here. Don't look over here while we steal everything from you. It's so stupid. What a joke. People are idiots. And so that is why there's all this time in here, because it's all a big distraction game, trying to distract the 99% from what's actually occurring, okay? And so I know I'm going a little bit off topic here, but we're going to have the market open. Let's say we open down, okay? Now we're going to have a federal response. So they can't have everything crash. Number one, they cannot have a crash. If they have a crash, that is bad. Obviously, they won't get reelected. They're not gonna want to crash. So we're gonna X that out. That's definitely not gonna happen. So what is defined as a crash in the stock market? I don't know, 5–10%, honestly. So pretty soon someone's gonna have to step in. I would say either on Monday or Tuesday, someone is going to have to say something. They're going to have to say something like, "Oh, hey, this variant is really bad. Oh, it's bad. We're gonna ease up on our federal policies. We're gonna ease up on all this stuff that we said we were gonna stop printing, but we're not. Of course we're not. We can't. It's the Omicron. It's the Omicron, and that is gonna ease the markets, right? And then everything's gonna, and then right here, everything will probably go back up. Okay, so that's gonna happen. The other thing that might happen, okay, is that I don't know, I guess they could let this go as long as there's not a big crash. Like, let's say there's not an actual crash of like 5–10% on Monday. I guess they could let this go on a little bit longer, right? Just to try to cool stuff down. They're trying to cool it down, right? They're trying to cool it down so that inflation isn't the big topic, right? If the markets kind of slow down here for just a few minutes, a couple days, right? Then they can just, okay, great. And then everything will go back up on its own because this is not going to last forever, right? Eventually people are going to figure out like, oh, this is not an actual variant. This is not actually going to kill anyone. And the markets are going to go back up on their own. So their ideal response is just a cooling. Maybe over the next week or so, you know, the markets just kind of go sideways and then everything goes back up. So I would say that's probably the worst case scenario there. God, I know this is a crazy video, guys, because I really am just getting my thoughts out on paper. So let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back. Okay. So that's what I think will happen. We'll either have a big dump, you know, tomorrow on Monday or Tuesday, and then the Fed will have to step in. The Fed will have to say, okay, look, guys, we're fine. This isn't going to kill us. We're going to go back up because inflation is bad, yes, but the stock market crashing is worse. Okay, so they can't have that. Now, what could also happen, right? We could open up positive. We could open up positive right here, and the markets could recover. The markets could start to recover, and so then everything's going to be fine. I mean, Ethereum's going to lead the way. Ethereum is going to take the driver's seat of this market and kind of just, you know, work its way slowly back up. And as it works its way slowly back up, everything is going to follow Ethereum. And we've talked about some things on this channel here shortly, but Willy Woo thinks a clear bottom is forming over the next 2 to 4 days. 2 to 4 days, which is a very, very bold prediction. Same thing here with Scott Melker. He thinks the bottom is in. The Crypto Greed and Fear Index seem to suggest that the bottom is very, very close. And then obviously you pair it with this news where we know that this variant is not going to long-term affect anything. So over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 days, finding a bottom in Bitcoin does not seem unrealistic, right? It really, really doesn't. And a lot of that is going to depend on the markets, right? Because if the markets open up positive tomorrow, I think maybe we get a bottom. You know, maybe that's it. Maybe it's a bottom. Maybe this is the bottom of Bitcoin, okay? And then we have to think about the next steps. What is going to happen next for everything, okay? And so if we get the bottom, you know, everyone kind of still talks about this FUD news for a while, blah, blah, blah. I think maybe we go sideways. I think we go sideways here with Bitcoin, and this is backed up. This is backed up by Willy Woo. So if you go to Willy Woo here, I'm not going to show you this whole letter. You guys need to go subscribe to this letter, really. But he basically says somewhere in here that he thinks that, okay, he says, suggest the bottom is in. That's awesome. You need to go subscribe to this letter. Ah, crap. Okay, I don't want to show it. I don't want to show any more of the letter because I feel bad for sharing his letter because this is a paid letter. Go subscribe to Willy's letter. But the thing that I want to say is that he's basically saying that he thinks sideways for Bitcoin and then all the way into 2021 is when this could possibly go up. So we could, or 2022. So we could honestly go sideways all the way to 2022 and kind of sideways and up and up and up and up and up and up. And basically just like slowly deal with this, slowly deal with everything. And I think that is a really interesting theory. And this is where I want to stop speculating about all this stupid, you know, COVID and stuff like this, because I think this will resolve itself over the next week for sure. What I want to talk about with you guys right now, for those that stay to the end of the video on Sundays, you guys know I always drop a gem, is this idea right here. Okay, so I want to find the tweet. Okay, Raul Paul. I literally Google this so much. Okay, look at this tweet. I have to pull up this chart. Okay, so let's talk about what I think is going to happen, because this guys right here, and make sure you like the video if you like this idea, because I think that this could change the way that everyone kind of plays this market. Okay, so you guys have seen this chart. This is Raul Paul saying that the Ethereum chart is it's spooky. It's following Ethereum is now following Bitcoin in 2017 almost exactly. So the white line is Bitcoin from 2017 and the blue line is Ethereum from 2021. You see how it just follows it perfectly? So everyone has been talking about this concept of a blow off top. And so this is going to be a longer video. I don't really care. If you guys don't watch the video, I won't do these like off the cuff videos, but I think you guys liked it, okay? Because I want to get the thoughts out there. So everyone is expecting this in Bitcoin. This is what everyone's expecting. They're expecting a blow off top, blow off top, blow off top. And what that means is that we go parabolic. You see how this line goes vertical, right? And then a blow off top means we crash like 50% in one day. 50% in one day. This is like probably 200, 300% all the way up this line, okay? That's what they're expecting with Bitcoin, okay? They think that this is Bitcoin. Now, what I would propose to you though, is that Bitcoin is not behaving like it behaved in the past, right? The market cap is so much bigger now. There's so much more institutional money in Bitcoin right now. Ethereum though, as we see from this chart, is behaving exactly like Bitcoin did. So shouldn't we expect the blow off top this year to happen in something else, to happen in Ethereum instead of Bitcoin? So in my head, I think that we aren't going to get this in Bitcoin. We're going to get this in Ethereum. And everything, the on-chain data, the charts, you guys have been watching my channel, you see this. Everything is pointing to Ethereum leading the way from here. So I think Ethereum over the next 1 to 2 months, okay, so I think by the end, I'm still thinking that honestly this COVID stuff gets wrapped up within a week or so. And by the end, I'm going to put this, right now I'm still thinking that this top is like the end of January at the max, okay? End of January at the max. January, or I'll put February, I guess. So February. I think this is the top. I'm not going to hold any, right now I don't want to hold anything after February because I still think we're going to get this massive parabolic run. I think we're going to get 200 to 300% gains in Ethereum, and that's exactly what Raul Paul says as well. Like if you go to this tweet right here, he says, I don't expect perfection, but I expect 100 to 300% rally. Okay, 100 to 300% rally into year end. And so I'm moving that out to February a little bit here just because of the COVID news. But seriously, 100 to 300% rally is not going to be a big deal for Ethereum. Then I do think we're going to drop 50% in one day. I think altcoins will die. Altcoins will die this day, die. So you need to sell all your coins before this date. And I'll keep you updated on when I think this is going to be. But right now, I think it's right here, the end of the beginning of February. And then, and for Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is just going to detach. I think Bitcoin is too big right now. And I think Bitcoin is just going to go like this, slow and steady up. Like it's going to bore people living. Oh my gosh, come on. It's going to bore people to death. It's going to go like right up to here. And it's going to just be at like, I don't know, 90K. Something like 90K. It's just going to go steady rise up to 90K. Can you guys see that? And I think Ethereum could hit all the way up to like 15K and then drop like 50% to like 7.5K in one day, or 5K in one, even further, maybe 5K in one day. Okay, so that is honestly what I think is going to happen. I think that we're just going to replace Ethereum with Bitcoin. We're going to do our blow off top just like usual. We're going to do our blow off top in altcoins. We're going to have a party. We're going to make a ton of money, and then everything's going to die. So let me know what you think about that theory in the comments. Let me know what you think about all of this dubious speculation that I just did. And guys, let me know again if you like this style of video. And the best way to let me know, the comments are great. Please do that. But also please smooch the like button for me because otherwise I won't do this anymore. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I hope this helped you somewhat, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.